Yikes, folks. Welcome back. And it seems that Disney and Marvel, well, the MCU might be going the way of the dodo because the early box office predictions for Captain America Brave New World show just how far the MCU has fallen. This is from John F. Trent from Fandom Pulse. Yeah. Early box office predictions for Captain America Brave New World has arrived and it is not looking good and show just how far the MCU has fallen since Avengers Endgame. Actually, yeah. Sean Robbins at Box Office Theory shared that that he predicts Captain America Brave New World will only gross between 81 and 107 million in its opening domestic box office. He ultimately settled on $96 million. Now, for those of you who do not know, that's a low bar. That is a really low bar. As for the film's entire domestic run, he predicted it will gross between 195 million and 280 million. He ultimately predicted 240 million. That ain't enough to make its money back, just so y'all know. While recent Robbins' early predictions did hedge in its write-up, noting ultimately late stage marketing reviews and early screening reception will be very important for Brave New World, the MCU has seen its fair share of ups and downs in recent years, with general sentiment highlighting that the franchise doesn't, at the moment, have the kind of clear trajectory which traditionally kept casual moviegoers coming back to each character series of films in between event-level stories. However, he does note that the film, or if the film does not get good word of mouth, it could do very well, or does get good word of mouth, it could do very well, and does not have any real direct competition. But even so, folks, will it make its money back? I mean, this movie has I think it's like $400 million due to extensive reshoots, like 4 rounds of reshoots. They've redone this movie 4 times. So, yeah, they gotta basically pull a rabbit and its entire family out of the hat to impress audiences here. Because, holy crap, they just don't know what they're doing. To put in perspective of how bad the opening weekend and overall domestic totals are, the most recent Captain America film, Captain America Civil War, which released in 2016, had an opening of $179.1 million. It went on to earn $408 million domestically. That means that without even factoring in inflation, the film's predicted to perform 46% worse than Civil War in its opening weekend and 40% or 41% in its total domestic haul. If we look back further to Winter Soldier, it had an opening of 95 and a domestic gross of 259.7. Factoring in inflation, that's 126.6 million opening and 356 million domestic total. In fact, the film is pacing for one of the worst opening weekends in MCU history. The current record belongs currently to the Marvels, which had an opening weekend of $46.1 million. Yeah, and I was so happy to hear that news because the Marvels sucked. Other poor opening weekends include 2008's The Incredible Hulk, 55.4, 2015's Ant-Man, 57.2, Captain America First Avenger, 65, Thor, 65, Eternals, 71.2, Shang-Chi, 75.3, Ant-Man and the Wasp, 75.8, Black Widow, 80.3. It's looking like it might even be a worse opening than the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, which had an opening weekend of 106.1 million. What do you make of these early box office predictions for Captain America Brave New World? Honestly, folks, I'm not watching this movie. I've written off Marvel. After a certain time, it's like Marvel doesn't care about the audience. All they care about is an agenda. and their agenda is disgusting. So I really just can't get into Marvel anymore. Their movies peaked, honestly, in Phase 1. Phase 1 is my favorite Marvel phase. Literally, my favorite Marvel phase is the beginning of the MCU under Paramount instead of Disney, when Paramount actually did seriously good storytelling, you know? But yeah, those are my thoughts. As for the box office predictions, if this movie underperforms, which most likely it's going to lose a couple $100 million, at least in the box office when everything is said and done, they're going to have to make it up in digital purchases and DVD sales just to see if they can get their money back, you know? But anyway, folks, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that they will actually do any good, or do you think that the movie will be good? I honestly don't care, but I do think that this news should be out there. The MCU has really drastically lost quality, and they need to get back to making good quality, but they need to get, or in order to do that, they need to get rid of a lot of their current agenda-driven nonsense, you know? Otherwise, well, they're just going to have to learn a very harsh lesson that people are no longer caring. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, folks. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. This has been Orange Chat. Y'all have a wonderful day, and always remember to stay humble. Peace.